knocked me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Ay, why I never saw you in the field though? Ay, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Detroit Lions. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Here we go. Waiting. Shift. 81.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with the tackle.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage?
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40. 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 92 yards. So after about as long a play as humanly possible without scoring, here's first and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On first down, Wentz. The loop, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To try again after the sack. Wentz, he's going to let this go deep for Jake, and that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Go, go.
53, Mike, 53. How you get on the head?
Easy, easy.
53 for Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stanford. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
22!
They'll run on first down. Swift and the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Second and 10. Mike, lady! 50-50!
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford, and he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Monday.
Here's Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Eagles, nothing.
Here we go. 120! Kill!
Three bud.
Throwing on second down. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Here we go. 280! Empty! Protein spill! Kill!
Wentz now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
87's mine. I got 87.
Forward, Tokyo! Check 52.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
Here's Jackson to return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go, baby.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check safety, check safety. 2 jet. This 5-7. 40's mine.
Throwing now is Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Wentz going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Kill. 74.
Now Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
53, ready.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Stafford. And this is caught by Watkins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
I got one. Hey, Echo. 53's the mic. 53. Watch the run. They're running it. Big ass. Jim. 11.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Lefty. Check 25. Hey, Lou.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check back 40. Here we go. Check 37.
Working from the gun, Wentz. That's complete. It's Corey Clement. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 46 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Switch it. Solid.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Trey 15.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I don't even know why this team showed up. Zero.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
53, ready? Quarterback D-line, get that quarterback D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
James now to return.
Richie James on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Stafford will try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Corey Clement, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be taken very short. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are... in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They go to Johnson again. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Come on, fellas.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest. And they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6. at the Eagles.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the air now with Stafford. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down. Stafford, open man is Galladay, complete. First reception for him, and remember, he leads the NFL in that category here in this first month. Also has a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Johnson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Stafford. This complete to Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swing.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
I know you feel that.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on third down, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Wentz going to go on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Lady! Watch the slack! Watch the slack! 36! Alert!
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
32!
Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Lions, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.